Justin here, just in for a brand new video, and in case you don't know, I was the writer, designer, director on Road to WrestleMania 4, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, 2010, and 2011. And we are going to start today the John Cena story. Now, you probably have an opinion on John Cena. Maybe you love him, maybe you hate him, maybe you think he's great, maybe you think he's bland. Whatever it is, I hope you'll enjoy this story because I try to add as much flavor as possible to John Cena. We have a lot of different cats that maybe you will like. We have the Tribute to the Troops, which was something that came from up here, and Yuke was able to make it happen. And let's hit it. Thanks. All right. Everybody else, your time is up. Cena's time is now. Y'all know it. We know this song really well. Brrrah. Yep. And we know Cena versus Orton quite a bit. So we are here in the fourth story of Road to WrestleMania 2009. Road to WrestleMania. Did I just say that twice? Anyway, I guess I'm just excited. Look at John Cena with back when he used to call these moves the FU and the STFU. There's an FU, which is basically a fireman's carry with kind of like a butt bump in there. And there we go again, trying to emulate live action into cutscene.
And I never surrender. Hustle, loyalty, respect. There's always going to be someone bigger or faster or meaner, but I make sure there's no one more determined than I am. There are times when I'm down, but I'm never out. I'm John Cena, and this is my Road to WrestleMania.
And this is my dad's t-shirt. Man, that shirt is big on him. How you get a shirt looking that big on a guy that big? You know, Cena comes off to some as a little bit bland. I mean, he's kind of like the Leonardo of WWE. I get that. You know, it makes it sound like his gimmick is he just keeps fighting. That worked really well for Solid Snake, but Solid Snake had a little bit more of an edge maybe than Cena. But I try to work with that in this storyline. I mean, of course we had to have a John Cena story. Of course. I mean, he's arguably the biggest superstar since The Rock. And we may never see a superstar the likes of John Cena as far as just how big he is.
And Raw emanates from New York, New York. Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler welcoming you to another.
If you don't like Cena, STFU. You know what that stands for? I hope you do, because I'm not going to say it. I don't know if swearing is bad here. That's how new of a YouTuber I am.
The face of Raw could change in a single night.
Now, it sure looked like whoever was playing JR was reading a lot of cue cards on that table, but that's okay. I don't remember who it was. And look at that, we're just going to start with a promo by John Cena. It's all good. With that big old t-shirt, and some big old dog on the back, and some big old jean shorts.
I want you all to know that I'm very happy to be in New York City. And I'm sure to give Mr. Kennedy a fight he'll never forget. But that's not why I'm out here. I want to look for the future for a minute and talk about next week, which is WWE's Tribute to the Troops show.
Now, has a game ever done Tribute to the Troops before this? Let me know, because I don't think I've seen it.
Smiles on the soldiers' faces. And of course, we usually get many of those smiles ourselves. Last year, I met some good friends out there. And I'm hoping to see one of them again this time out. So until I see them personally, I'm dedicating tonight's match, where I'm going to give Kennedy the fight of his life, to Tony and the other men and women protecting the USA.
The USA?
You heard me. The USA. USA.
Once again, we had a guy do, I think we had a bunch of extras, let's say 50, maybe 100, maybe 200 in a gym, and we recorded a bunch of chants, and of course we did a USA chant. Now, I really like that you can see Cena's sneakers. Before there were just boots, but we wanted to make it that accurate. And Mr. Kennedy showing up again in the storyline. Unfortunately, kind of a jobber capacity here.
Kennedy better be ready for this singles action here tonight. tonight because pinfall, submission, countout, and disqualification are all in effect.
I'm not sure why JR was explaining how singles matches work. But right now we don't really have much of a story to build on.
What impact from that suplex? We all know Kennedy can give his opponents a mouthful, but tonight, John Cena could be giving Kennedy a mouthful of busted teeth, JR.
A mouthful of busted teeth. And we're doing a lot of high-risk maneuvers here. Second rope side slam. I don't think that's one of Cena's 5 moves. But I think this is... Oh, that's just you. You can't see the punch.
He's sizing up his
Here we go.
This could be it. And there it is, the FU. What an
Kind of amazing to think about how he used to have a move called the FU, and he did it as his finishing move.
Once in a lifetime WWE athlete.
Boom, a little taunt action there. And I think Kennedy's just about done.
Ugly offense.
Ooh, ugly offense. That's not very nice. At least it's not bowling shoe ugly, like JR calls some moves.
And there it is. He's got the STFU locked in.
The STFU. Now there actually, at least he's kind of pulling on it. Later on, it just seemed like Cena would kind of try and vice grip their neck with his forearms or something. That was a little bit strange.
Here we go, JR.
All right, hey, I actually got to go crawl to the corner. If you remember, I was having a problem crawling to the top rope, getting to the top rope, and it was not worth it. Great dodge by Kennedy to just do absolutely nothing and let me jump over him.
A hard right hand, knocking his opponent down.
All right, getting pretty close to another finisher.
Reversed it. He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament.
Kick out. Okay, kicking out gave me momentum. That's interesting.
He hits his opponent with the elbow.
Here we go.
It can't be. Not the FU. He may get the 3 count here. 1,
Oh, he will.
2, 3.
Yes.
The referee has called for the bell. That's it.
So Cena seems to be the only wrestler doing wristbands anymore. Everybody does wrist tape, of course. Some do gloves, but he does wristbands. And I personally am a big fan of the wristband. Maybe not double on each arm, but I like wearing wristbands at the gym because, like, especially when you're running, you can kind of wipe the sweat off. And I don't like much about running, so I'll wear wristbands because that's part of I like them for running. But cardio just isn't very fun. You know what I'm saying? But when you're as many years old as I am, even going to the gym a whole lot, you need to burn some more calories because your metabolism isn't what it used to be. You need to get your cardio, get your sleep, and drink a lot of WWE branded water. Or Pocari Sweat, for those of you who watched my my recent shellacking again of the recent WWE game. Alright, let's focus on Tribute to the Troops. Got the little logo there. We don't say exactly where it is, but Middle East somewhere. And unfortunately, this is almost kind of more timely now than ever after what's going on in the news, but let's not focus on that. So I think, and if I'm wrong, I'm really sorry, but I think Yuke's made this whole thing for this match, basically. And that is not a good-looking Maria. I think Maria's a very beautiful woman. You know, that, yeah. Yeah, let's get off that shot, please.
I wholeheartedly agree, King. It's an unbelievable feeling to be here. And this night is dedicated to these brave men and women.
But I don't know where that idea came from, but I just thought having Tribute to the Troops would be awesome. And Yuke's really delivered with a cool looking stage, and I want to make my opponent tap out for the benefit of the troops. I'm not sure how to rationalize that, but hey, there's going to be an unlock, and there's MVP, a nice little back title card for the Tribute to the Troops.
Cena has a lot in common with our friends in the military. Like them, Cena would never raise the white flag. There's no denying the heart, the passion this man holds for his country. What a sickening bud as these
So I'm just taking in this this level, this arena, and it was not easy for Yuke. I mean, again, a lot of this stuff is down to time and kind of time budget, mostly, and this was a big project for Yuke. So kind of it sucked up a lot of the resources, maybe for this level, or for this story, maybe as a whole. But man, it looks pretty good. Maybe not as good as it does on 360, especially those people in the way back. But look at the guys wearing Santa hats and everything. Reminds me of Death Stranding, where people were wearing Santa hats for a while there. But I gotta make MVP tap out. And that's not gonna help. Let's soften him up a little bit. Yeah. But I'm John Cena, I'm a good guy, so I'm gonna break the hold before 1 count even. Like, those models are pretty darn good looking. I don't know where they got those. They don't really necessarily look like the same old models from the arena, because there's not a lot of women, not a lot of kids.
What a powerful slam! And the toss takes his opponent down.
But yeah, I guess I'm dwelling a little bit too much on it. Hey, there's MVP, who always a hell of a talent, came from, you know, some kind of a rough background, was, you know, paid the consequences for his actions, and then was able to come back and, I mean, have a lot of WWE time, some huge matches.
And it's been reversed.
And you gotta respect that. Somebody who redeems themselves. And, yeah, heck of a guy. A good follow on Instagram and Twitter as well. I even rock his Tokyo song quite a bit, being in Tokyo and being a rap fan. Oh, and there's that weird little suplex he does. I don't think I'm going to do it. You can't see me from there.
Red, white, and blue. I have a feeling if we climbed his family tree, JR, we'd run into Uncle Sam. These superstars are in rough shape. Fatigue has set in.
A little pandery with the commentary, but I mean, we're a tribute to the troops. We're going to be a little bit pro-America. All right, there we get a tap out.
And there it is. That's the match.
MVP not too ballin' in that match, but Cena was pretty motivated. Oh, you, come here.
That must be Tony, the soldier Cena befriended.
Indeed, there's Tony. Now, Tony's not necessarily based on anyone. Tony was just my way of having somebody represent the military. Somebody to be kind of like somebody that John Cena befriends. And maybe we won't see the last of Tony. But we've unlocked the Tribute to the Troops arena. Wanted to make that pretty easy to do, because it's a super cool level that took a lot out of Yuke's and a lot out of my Road to WrestleMania budget. So I wanted to make sure people would be able to unlock it pretty quickly. And we have unlocked it. Really, winning by submission as John Cena is not that difficult of a task, though. And we go from the Middle East to kind of the Midwest. Ohio. Did you know in Japanese, Ohio means good morning? Ohayou gozaimasu. So there's your daily Japanese lesson. Ohio, good morning. I'll probably be dropping this morning, U.S. time.
We're back in the good old U.S. of A. I think I speak for all the WWE when I say we had a great time. and tribute to the troops. There is someone you can't speak for, MVP. He took his loss to Cena a little hard. MVP has to realize you can't win them all, King.
So they're mentioning MVP a little salty. So we'll actually go to the ring now. So we're getting quite a few in-ring promos here. Let's see how MVP's delivery is.
I'll admit it. John Cena beat me in tribute to the troops in front of this country's finest. But I'm filing a protest. I had sand in my eye, and the match should have been stopped.
That's when you're in the desert. That's a fair gripe.
Everybody wanted to shake hands with Cena, or get autographs from Cena, or take a picture with Cena.
That's some really good matching of mocap and voiceover. Love MVP's necklace, which you can actually buy on his site according to his Instagram. You can buy a replica at his shows he's at.
And I'm gonna do something about it. As of this moment, MVP is leaving the US of A. Matter of fact, anyone else in that locker room who was fed up, come with me. This is the last time you're gonna see MVP as a citizen of this country.
Did I hear MVP right? He's leaving the country? I, for one, can't say I'm sad to see him go.
So I don't necessarily think that that's something. I mean, of course, Bret Hart would talk about going back to Canada, but MVP's American. I mean, what's he gonna do? I know what he's gonna do. William Regal, a guy I really love. Got to meet William Regal once, and that was an honor. Man, he's just legendary. He's a great follow on social media now, too.
I'd start digging a hole in the sand, trying to make my way back to England.
That's true. He is not an American.
There's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one.
So I was happy to put Regal in this storyline. Man, I'll always remember his match with Goldberg in WCW, which apparently got him fired. And I'd be interested if you guys let me know in the comments what you think of the Regal-Goldberg match, because I thought he just made Goldberg work in a way that nobody else did. He made it a competitive match, and in interviews afterwards, he said they asked it to be a competitive match. It's about a 6.5-minute match, and Regal, you know, had a pretty good standing at that time. And he made Goldberg work. He put him in uncomfortable positions, but I think Goldberg handled himself well. I think I came out with more respect for Goldberg after that, really. So the fact that apparently is what got Regal fired is kind of a shame. Sorry to interrupt that exclusive commentary there. Boom. Now, my finishing move when I was a wrestler, besides I did the super kick a lot. I'm really far away. My move, believe it or not, was called the Uber Driver. And the Uber Driver was kind of a combination of the FU, which didn't exist at that time, at least when I first started doing it, and the Death Valley Driver, which was like Perry Saturn's move, something that you saw Tommy Dreamer do a couple times in the Punk story. And yeah, the Uber Driver. I mean, Uber was not a thing back then either. But not in this game, but next game you will actually see somebody bust out a Uber Driver in a cutscene. And it's a pretty important cutscene in 2010. So Cena takes out another guy. Thanks for coming, William Regal. Once known as Steven Regal. A real man. A man's man. Not a common man. Not a macho man. Ah, look at that. Look at all those stories we went through. Feels good to be this far into it, but you know, this is past the halfway point now in 2009, which means we're at the 1/6 point of all 3 games. Back to Kentucky. Horses and green grass. And Southern hospitality? And pyro. And twisty camera angles. And dudes with signs. That's Lexington.
You're watching Monday Night Raw. Our main event is a big tag team contest with some superstars who will be squaring off at the Royal Rumble. It should be a hot show.
Tag team main event.
Hi, the Diva Search contest is back on. WWE.com has hot photos of all the new contestants. Have you seen them, JR? Oh man, I almost phoned in sick to work today.
We're all glad you decided to tough it out and show up.
We're really getting a lot of mileage out of that Divas logo card, aren't we? And Jerry Lawler drooling over the prospect of pretty girls.
Now, Umanga. I know you will be competing against John Cena at the Royal Rumble, so perhaps you want to soften him up tonight. Meanwhile, I can handle that toe rag Jeff Hardy.
Toe rag.
I'm going to assume that was a yes. Bloody hell! It's like teaming with a
Can I
savage
get a
wildebeest.
face tattoo?
Still,
No face tattoos for you, love.
I'd rather be on your side than against you.
That's not actually a face tattoo. It's more like face paint.
Henna tattoo.
Hen, not tattoo. Yes.
John, if you don't quit tonight.
So, of course, I kind of paired Umaga and Regal together, if for no other reason than you could hear Regal say Umanga, because that's great. And really, Umaga looks kind of cute in that picture there. Is that weird to say?
Here we go.
Big fan of Umaga, too. Love putting him in the storyline. Of course, he had a really small spot in Jericho's storyline. And here's a tag match where we can just enjoy it being a tag match. So I'll tag in Jeff Hardy here, and what are we gonna do? Alright. Double hip toss. And the ref's not kicking me out yet, so I'll beat him up a little bit. Oh, sorry, I kind of ruined Jeff's finisher there.
What a kick that was. There's a fundamental move.
Like that sign, Umaga.
Wow, there's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
Yeah, let's break that one up. Oh, Hardy's doing fine himself. Okay. Oh, sorry, ref. I'm just so motivated to fight. Huh.
And there's the drop kick.
Nice. All right, let's double team. Ooh, I can kick him.
A huge target on his back.
And kick him again. Cena's being pretty heelish here.
And Regal have been proving as of late.
And they're doing some double team maneuvers.
Good teamwork there.
Doing another double hip toss, sure.
Never ever underestimate the sheer force behind this superstar's punches. And now he's bringing in his
Here we
partner.
go. Umaga's just ready to get some, because he wants some.
Oh, look at this! DDT!
Okay, I can't climb the ropes again. It's the one bad thing about this PS4 controller.
Right there. He's sizing up his opponent. This could be it. And there it is.
Now, one time Cena did sit out. So what I did when I did the Uber drivers, I basically did what Cena does there, but the guy kind of, I position myself so the guy falls between my legs. Like I sit out in kind of a split, and the guy ends up down like that. So then I can kind of sit on top of him and hook the leg.
And as for Umaga and William Regal, I know Regal's English. I'm not sure he speaks Samoan.
They got a big hot tag meter. Not sure what that's all about, but probably don't want to find out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And he strikes at his opponent with the knee.
And I've even done the Uber driver from the second rope. I think the first person I did that to was Sean Davari, and I did it to Austin Aries, and then I did it to this guy named Loudon Payne, and kind of hurt his shoulder by doing it. I mean, it's really... I mean, I'm jumping from the second rope with a guy on my back, landing on my butt, and it's kind of hard to position him down flat, so I think he kind of took a bad landing. He was not from our area, so I'm not sure what his recovery time or whatever is. Oh, look at I can do a you can't see me. Nice. Although I should be pinning him right now because Jeff Hardy's taking care of Umaga. So let's pin it. Oh, there's Jeff Hardy going back. Let's see if Umaga's on the ground, maybe. Nope, he is right there to kick me in the back. Alright, get in the corner. Where are you, Jeff? Let's see what kind of double teaming we have here. And boy, we just love that double hip toss.
Turning his back. This could be a pinfall. 1, 2.
I thought I could trip him up a little bit better than that. But Jeff's still got a finisher on him. There we go. Oh, I forgot when he did that as a backbreaker. All right, let's... Okay, we can't see what's going on. Where's Umaga? Where's Umaga? There he is.
And there's the face butt.
All right.
There it is. That's the match.
I think if that was the camera angle that was seen on TV during that pinfall, Kevin Dunn would have been very, very mad at somebody. Somebody would have lost their job, much like somebody... Nope. If you saw my other video, you know where I was going with that.
Imagine what's going to happen at Royal Rumble when Cena and Umaga go one.
So Jeff Hardy and John Cena, that's a pretty interesting team with each other. Not sure why Jeff Hardy just went up to the first rope there. I guess he's a little hurt. Good view of the sweat on William Regal. Hey buddy, you did a good job. Thanks, man. Have I mentioned how I used to have a stripy beard, but it was like the opposite of Jeff Hardy's? Mine was vertical and his was horizontal. Look guys, I'm gonna repeat a lot of stuff. This has been, what, 3 hours of me, 3 hours plus of me by now. I'm gonna repeat stories, but not everybody has seen every moment of every video, so I apologize if I repeat myself sometimes. We got a lot more videos to go too, so I'm going to be probably telling stories 3-4 times. Sorry. Gomenne. That's Japanese for sorry. Alright, here we are at Royal Rumble, and if I remember correctly, it's John Cena against Umaga in a singles match. Of course, I think they battled... Did they battle for the US title back and forth a couple times, or am I confusing Umaga with Rusev, who... Now, Rusev works like he's a Samoan guy. He's thick like a Samoan guy. It's weird that he's not a Samoan guy. But I believe he was trained by maybe Fatu, maybe the Wild Samoans. Umaga will eat Cena. That's a nice exclusive sign. Oh, look at that. Carlito's there. Morrison.
But another intriguing matchup deals with John Cena against the Samoan bulldozer Umaga.
Alright, where are we going here? Nice. The ball tumbler. And there's Maria again. I think she looks better on Xbox or something.
Heal, Umaga! Save your energy for that miserable John Cena.
Uh-oh. There goes all the balls.
You have bigger fish to fry than this freak, Umaga. Let's get out of here at once.
Every time he says Umaga, I pop. Now, I don't know if this is the same big dude that was playing Kane. He's sure moving slow like he is that. But, alright, he grabbed the ball. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, but in that image before, I think Kane had already grabbed the ball. Oh well. It's still a fun little cutscene. And again, it's something happening away from John Cena.
I thought it fair to tell you that I'm going to accompany Umaga to the ring for your match tonight. It's more for your benefit than anything. Someone has to keep you from destroying you completely.
That's some tough talk from Regal there. And a kind of a hollow gesture. But, you know, even if you don't like John Cena, again, I try to put some different stuff. That scene had nothing to do with John Cena.
It's time to find out who Raw's most dominant superstar is. It's infantry versus tank. I know this man well, and John Cena will not run from anyone or anything, including a 350-pound Samoan bulldog.
Infantry versus tank. That's some fun exclusive VO for this match, and it makes sense with the storyline that we have. Well, there's a blatant choke. That's every indie heel's favorite move. When we don't know what to do, we just start choking him. Alright, there I'm utilizing my defensive position.
He's putting the knee to his opponent.
Man, I don't think you'd have to throw a pretty hard knee to get through all that meat of Umaga.
There's an elbow drop.
That's weird, kind of almost look like a senton. I just threw myself on him.
You're putting a lot on the line when you
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, snap Mary into a. Oh.
Bodies collide, and the
Wow.
opponent goes down hard.
Just because I don't like Regal, I guess. Or Cena doesn't like Regal. I like him just fine.
And the knuckles connect, and there's the elbow. Good, solid wrestling maneuver.
Yeah, really sad that Umaga's gone. Now Cena's a pretty darn good actor. I don't know about you guys, but I know Amy Schumer has a lot of heat, but I really liked him in Amy Schumer's movie Trainwreck. He was probably the funniest part in there. Although LeBron James did a darn fine job as well, but not as seasoned of an actor as John Cena is.
With a quick kick and a jaw-jacking punch.
There's a run-in.
Well, like it or not, this one's over.
Okay, now there's three guys in there. Not looking good for Cena. Not looking good for Cena. Oh dear. Oof. That's almost like Khali's finisher. And what's he going for? A Miami Crab. I just made that up, but I hope I can escape that. I hope I can escape that. I hope I'm not going to spend my entire time with this 3-on-1 brawl being in a Boston Crab. Hey ref, this is not a submission match. Get these guys out. Get them off me. Did somebody throw something in the ring? Alright, here we go. Alright, fire up Cena. There we go. Yeah, Regal's gone. There we go. Bump and feed, guys. Bump and feed. Oh, time's up. I'd say that was about 1:30. And I would really, in the script, I would say how long I wanted them to do that.
These three are just flat out decimating John Cena.
Quite a few cutscenes in this first act. Uh-oh. Ooh, he hits that hard. Boom, vintage MVP.
Well, there goes Cena's movie star good looks.
Gets color. Not done yet.
Oh no! Samoan spike!
Now that's using some signature moves there. I mean, you're seeing some pretty vintage MVP and Regal with his wave, and Umaga. So now people weren't really into the team of Finlay and Santino, but that team of MVP and Umaga and Regal, that's a badass trio. I'm sure we're going to see more of them, and I hope you see more of me, because this is the end of Act 1 of John Cena's Road to WrestleMania, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Come back again. I'll try and put the next one up real soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching, and please like this video, and please subscribe, and have a lovely day.